What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi, and in this video I'm going to compare two budget smartphones, the Realme U1 and the ZenFone Max Pro M2. The Realme U1 comes at 12,000 rupees for the 3GB 32GB variant, while the ZenFone Max Pro M2 comes at 13,000 rupees for a similar configuration. Of course, both phones have very different hardware and they also run different software. So let's take a look at that in this video. Both the smartphones have been built out of similar materials, but they have slightly different designs. They both use plastic all around, and in fact the back that looks like glass is also made out of polycarbonate. But they both look pretty in their own terms. They reflect light in a very beautiful way and don't really look like budget smartphones. But I really liked the ergonomics of the ZenFone Max Pro M2. The phone has a curved back that fits perfectly in the hands and also have curved and rounded edges and corners. On the other hand, the Realme U1 has a flat back and gives a very boxy feel when you hold it in the hands. Of course, things change when you take a look at the front side. The Realme U1 has a slightly more immersive experience with a water drop style notch. Most of the time, it appears that you're watching a bezel-less screen altogether. On the ZenFone Max Pro M2, the volume rocker and the lock buttons are placed on the right, while each one of them is placed on either side on the Realme U1. Also, both phones use a triple slot tray which allows you to expand the storage, so it makes sense to buy their 32GB variants. At the back, the dual camera integration is also done in a better fashion on the ZenFone Max Pro M2. The fingerprint scanner on both the phones is easily reachable when you're using the phone with one hand, but it's slightly faster on the Realme U1. In comparison, the Max Pro M2 has a slight delay at getting you to the home screen. Now at the front, the ZenFone Max Pro M2 uses Corning Gorilla Glass 6, which is adopted by most flagship smartphones around 50,000 rupees, and it gives a very smooth touch experience. The Realme U1 is not bad when it comes to its price segment. It also has a very smooth touch screen, but the ZenFone Max Pro M2 is even better. In terms of display, the Realme U1 certainly is a brighter one. It has amazing brightness levels, and that will not trouble you when you're viewing the phone outdoors. As you can see in this video, the Realme U1 is far ahead in terms of brightness levels. But if we level the brightness on both the smartphones, you'll see that the ZenFone Max Pro M2 has better color reproduction. In comparison, the Realme phone's display appears washed out and the colors are not as vibrant. Also, if you take a look at the white balance, it's better on the ZenFone Max Pro M2. It looks closer to the white color compared to the Realme U1 that appears slightly yellowish. Overall, if you talk about the quality of the panel, we liked it more on the ZenFone, but if you talk about the brightness levels, the Realme U1 wins there. Now coming down to the interface, both phones run Android 8.1 Oreo, but ZenFone has nearly stock interface, and that is amazing and very smooth to use. It has very subtle app animations, and you will see the app drawer, the drop down menu, and all the other things are very nicely done. On the other hand, the Realme U1 runs Oppo's Color OS, which is a slightly heavy skin on top, although the phone manages to run very smooth and the app switching as opening is almost as fast. But there are problems like you cannot swipe to remove notification on the Realme U1. You need to swipe first and hit the delete button to get the job done. The Realme U1 takes inspiration from the iOS, and be it the recent apps menu or other native features, they're done in a very iOS-like fashion. Also, there are a lot of third-party apps on the phone, and many of them can't be removed. Coming to the performance part, ZenFone Max Pro M2 is definitely the phone you should buy if you're planning to do some serious gaming. Like, we tested PUBG on both the smartphones and we found it to be much smoother on the ZenFone Max Pro M2. Even in medium graphics settings, it runs amazingly well. Paired to a very smooth touchscreen and a colorful display, PUBG is delightful to play on the ZenFone Max Pro M2. It would not heat up for long hours, and thanks to a big battery, you can go for long gaming sessions. In contrast, the Realme U1 is not able to handle medium graphic settings well, and you would probably need to switch to low graphic settings to play PUBG very smoothly. Although games like Subway Surfer would obviously run without any lag. When it comes to rear camera, Realme U1 delivers amazing results. Not only in good light situations that it does a great job, and in comparison to ZenFone Max Pro M2, it appears to take much more vibrant shots with good dynamic range and good color reproduction. Even macro shots were nicely captured by the Realme U1. Although you will see the ZenFone Max Pro M2 is not far behind, it also captures sharp images and the color production is also quite natural one. But in comparison, you will see the Realme U1 has an upper hand, and the difference becomes more stark in low light situations. ZenFone Max Pro M2 is not able to capture blur-free shots all the time. You would really need very steady hand to capture sharp images first of all. And when it does, you'll see the color is not as vibrant and crisp as the Realme U1, which captures much more light in the scene. In this case, Realme uses its fast shutter and delivers very crisp shots. In fact, the details captured by Realme U1 are also a tad better. Coming to the front camera, Realme U1 definitely wins here. With a 25 megapixel sensor, it has more details to capture and much better overall light in the scene. This comes in handy in low light situations. Realme U1 blasts off the ZenFone and there is almost no comparison. I mean, you'd see the amount of details captured by Realme U1 is quite amazing. The skin tones are nicely preserved and it comes out to be definitely a much better selfie. So now the answer is quite obvious. While the Realme U1 gives you better cameras both at the front and the back and has a brighter display which will have no problem viewing in the sunlight, the ZenFone Max Pro M2 offers you an all-round package. I mean, it gives you a very ergonomic design. It gives you a stock Android interface which is cleaner and lighter to run, and also comes with a much powerful chipset that allows you to play games smoothly. The battery on the phone also lasts slightly longer compared to the Realme U1. Let me know which one of the two will you pick in the comment section below, and if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.